Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with the Queen Slayer, Anna J. Hi.
Hey, hey, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you holding up over there? How's 2021 been for you so far?
2021's been good for me personally so far, so I don't have much to complain about, even though it's been such a crazy year, but I have no complaints. It's been really good.
That's fantastic to hear. I mean, one thing that's been really good for you in 2021 is the fact that you actually welcomed a beautiful little dog into your world as your puppy Navy is there. So, I mean, how's being a dog mom been? Welcome to the family.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot harder than I thought, but it's the best ever. I'm alone, so it's really nice to have something to come home to when I am traveling and stuff. So it's been really good. A lot of work though.
Yeah, it's so much work. You really don't realize it until like they're right in front of you, but it's so worth it. They are just the best thing in the world.
I agree. Yes.
Well, something that you sent out the other day that I related to so much was the fact that you just had this crazy urge to get front bangs. But when you had them growing up, you hated them. And I was the same way. Like I went through that entire like pop punk emo scene and I had these straight bangs. I want them so bad again, but I'm just resisting. So are you like close to getting them? Or are you like, no, I must resist?
No, I always want to do crazy things with my hair, but I always talk myself out of it, even though it's really not that crazy. But I did have them in high school and they were in my eyes so much and it was terrible. And so, like I said, I ended up clipping them up literally 2 days after I got them cut. So I'm
Oh.
like, you know what? I better just not do it.
Are you thinking of something to maybe replace that urge for your hair? Or are you kind of just keeping it like it is for a while?
Right now, I'm good with how it is, but I would love to one day maybe even do like a crazy color or something, but I don't really know what. So until I know, I'm not going to.
I'm in the same boat. You got to make sure, though, you know exactly what you want to do so you don't mess about with it.
Exactly.
Well, the pandemic really has given a lot of people more downtime than they usually would have had between not traveling as much, not having as much for work. So, how has some of that downtime been spent for you? How do you find you're spending it?
Well, I've definitely done a lot of relaxing, a lot of training as well for wrestling. Now that I have a dog, I'm really busy with that. Other than that, I work out. I don't do a lot. Before the pandemic, I really wasn't like a really super social butterfly. I still just trained, wrestled, worked out, and kept to myself. So it's pretty much the same for me. I don't really watch TV either, but I will say recently I've started watching some. I watched Bridgerton on Netflix.
Okay.
But before that, like I said, I didn't really watch TV. So other than that, not much. Like I said, I'm pretty basic when it comes to hobbies and stuff.
Well, it's good you've been able to kind of take some time to just chill, relax, because when you don't have that downtime, of course, fans have been enjoying your appearances on AEW. So, I mean, of course, it was back in April of last year where all the magic happened. So, just seeing that we're coming up on that 1 year anniversary, do you still kind of get that feeling inside like, wow, this is just happening to me? This is my life, and things are pretty crazy right now.
Oh yeah, I have to pinch myself all the time. It's crazy to think that, yeah, that was almost a year ago. I haven't even thought about it that way. It's
Crazy.
crazy to think that we're still in this pandemic, but we have done, the best that we can, and it's been really good for AEW, and everyone's been doing a great job of keeping things going. So it's kind of hard. I don't really think about it that often, but yes, I am so blessed, so lucky, and it's a great company to work for.
It's so fun watching you there because I feel like your personality has never ever been as big as it has been during your time in that company. Everything from the eye rolling to the sarcasm to just being like the coolest mean girl you could be. So what's it kind of like for you tapping into that inner badass, especially when it comes to being in the Dark Order?
I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like, they always say your wrestling is you amped up. So I would say I'm pretty sassy in real life, but I'm also nice. So it's been fun. It kind of gives me that outlet. So I love it.
I mean, I know you grew up with two brothers, so being a part of this group, does it kind of feel like you've made these forever wrestling brothers in a way?
Oh my gosh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's so much fun working with them. I am very lucky to be in the group. It feels really like a family. It does feel like my brothers. Sometimes I really am rolling my eyes in real life at them. But yes, it is great. I couldn't imagine it any other way.
It's been cool to see that brotherhood, but also a certain sisterhood that has come out of your time there. And of course, I'm talking about your friendship with Tay Conti. So did you two just hit it off from the jump? Was that kind of how it all went down with you two?
Yeah, we really did just hit it off. As soon as we met, we got along really great. And then as soon as we had our first tag match, we had great chemistry in the ring. And then from then on, we've just had great chemistry outside of the ring as well. So we've really bonded over the past, gosh, how long has it been now? Probably around 5 months, 4 months,
Right.
and become best friends. And it feels like I've known her forever.
I mean, one of the greatest parts of being in the world of wrestling are the friends that you make along the way and just getting on with people. But I was curious if you could kind of spend the day with any other wrestler, any duo, which would that be? And I have a feeling I know who you're going to choose, but I want to see if I'm right.
Oh my gosh, a duo. You're saying like in all of wrestling anytime?
It can be a duo, it can be a singles wrestler, anyone you would like.
Oh, that's so hard. I mean, yeah, I would probably say the Bella Twins just because
Okay.
because they're really what got me into wrestling. And it's so crazy because now Nikki Bella follows me on Instagram, and it's like weird to think it's crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really hope I get to meet her one day. So definitely them.
That's awesome. They're two of my biggest inspirations. I'm not even in the ring like you are, so I can imagine just drawing, influence from the two of them. And just the empire they've built is just ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's great. It's inspiring for anyone, like you said, even if you're not in the ring.
Definitely. Well, on my show, I not only interview wrestlers like yourself, but also musicians. And I know that growing up, you were a dancer, which definitely goes hand in hand with music. So, with that said, do you like going to concerts? Of course, pre-pandemic, was that something you were into? It was. Okay.
Oh yes. I pretty much like all music. I don't really so much listen to country anymore, but I'm sure you can tell by my accent. I am from the South, so I went to a lot of country concerts. I went and saw. I actually remember my first concert that I went to, and it was my favorite one out of all the ones I've been to, is Hannah Montana. So
Really?
that was the best. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What a throwback. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it was the best. I think I was in like elementary school, but it was so much fun.
That's awesome. My first when I was 3 and I saw Spice Girls, so I totally feel that girl power.
Yes.
Well, the last thing I wanted to ask you about is if you could have any band or artist write you some entrance music, who would you love to see do so? You would just lose your mind.
Oh my gosh. It probably really wouldn't go with me. Well, actually, I don't know. It could, but I love Rihanna. So
Okay.
if she could, that would be wow. I mean, I know it's not going to happen, but that would be really, really cool.
I could see her writing something real sassy for you. I think it could work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I really do want to say thank you so, so much for hopping on here, for taking the time. It's been an absolute delight having you on the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Of course, to everyone watching, this has been AEW's Anna J. Be sure to check her out every Wednesday night and visit AliciaToot.com for more exclusive interviews and features. Bye, everybody.